Hello and welcome back to a new video to my channel, and this is the Honda City 3rd generation model, and what we are seeing is the front side of this car. Well, this is the grille where the Honda logo is situated and no chrome bits, and this car is old so you don't get any LED treatment. It is all halogen and basic with the fog lamps and the headlight as well as the indicator. Now talking about the side profile of this car, well, the 3rd generation model and the 4th generation model has the same wheelbase, so in terms of dimensions nothing much has been changed whatsoever. And as this car is old, so you don't get any passive entry or remoteless start stop button. Now talking about the rear part of this car, well, this is the rear part, and first of all this is the exhaust, which is not a fake one, a spoiler. And if you want to open the boot, well, you have a key and just put it in the slot and there it opens. Well, this is the CNG fitted car, so not major but minor amount of boot space have been eat up by the cylinder. Well, this car has the boot space of 406 liter, so you can accommodate good number of luggages in it, so no issue over there. And if you want to see the spare wheel, well, that happens to be a space saver, not space saver, but 175/65 15 inches. So it is a steel wheel, so cost cutting over there. But in the 4th generation they are providing fully alloy, and this is the city written over here with the V variant name, and there it is, the i-VTEC, so that it show you that it is a petrol, and my favorite, i-VTEC. So now talking about the tires, well, the owner has upgraded to Pirelli P4 rubbers with 195/60 15 inches. Well, it is 20 mm more, so it provides great amount of grip, and with the Pirelli P4 rubbers it is more stickier on the roads. Well, in terms of aesthetics, the owner has also changed the rims. Now you get front disc brakes but none in the rear, so that happens to be a drum, but it has been finished in red color. So yes, this is pretty much it from this side profile. And talking about the ground clearance, well, the ground clearance happens to be 160 mm, which is 5 mm lower than the 4th generation. And talking about the fuel tank capacity, it has 40 liters, which is also 5 liter less than the 4th generation model. So yes, in terms of styling, Honda always nails in terms of styling. Well, this car has very road presence when it was launched, and this happens to be the tail lights, which is also fully halogen, no LED setup whatsoever. So this car also does not have any parking sensors or parking camera, but the owner has fitted a aftermarket parking camera. And we shall now see the rear passenger seats. Well, this happens to be a creamish interior, so you don't feel any claustrophobic, and the beige treatment in the interior brings a lot of air inside the cabin, and also the door open quite wide so you can go in and out very easily. Now as I sit inside the rear passenger seats, first of all, the window area is not that much great, but still you won't feel claustrophobic ever. And no sunroof, but only one reading lamp, which is happens to be disappointment and surprising. And you get seat height adjustment, scooped out seat with magazine holders, great amount of leg room. Under thigh support is not that much great but adequate, and you also have some sort of compartment over there to keep your phone or a water bottle. Well, you don't get any door pockets on the rear passenger doors, but the owner has upgraded the sound system with 4 tweeters and 4 speakers, so that's very good in terms of sound output. And you also don't get any adjustable headrests. This is the front interior, and we shall now jump into the driver's seat. Now as I am in the driver's seat, well, you are watching the speedometer cluster, and it's quite basic. On the left you get the tachometer, and on the top right we get the fuel meter, and in the center we have speedometer, in which there is a small screen which shows in information such as instantaneous full economy, trip A and B, and odometer with a clock. Surprisingly, this does not have temperature gauge, so that's kind of odd to me. And as you can see, you can toggle through many information with range, odometer, and many other stuff. Well, on the left you have the stereo controls, but you don't get any cruise control. And this is the screen, which is aftermarket Pioneer, gives a good amount of sound output, cubby spaces all around the car, decent amount of glove box, and door pockets are quite massive on the front doors. And yes, you get a center cubby space under the center armrest to keep your stuff over there, and there is a lot of cubby spaces, tweet cup holders, and also below the armrest, the handbrake. But however, you don't get any dead pedal, so that's a disappointment, and that lever is giving the access to the hood, and we shall now see the hood. But before that, I would just like to show you the headlight level function, and this happens to be the CNG meter, AC vents, and saw my 4th generation Honda City. You would feel that the interiors are as same as, but apart from the center console, and the interiors of the 4th generation and 3rd generation model front interiors are very same, and these are the controls for the outside rear view mirrors, and the driver gets one touch up and down switch, windows roll up. And this is the i-VTEC iconic 4-cylinder naturally aspirated i-VTEC engine, and that produces 117 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. So it is quite compact engine bay and channeled with the 5-speed manual gearbox. So as I close it, and if you haven't watched my 4th generation Honda City video, then I'll put a link in the description below, and let's get driving. So well, this is the key of this car, and straight away turning on the engine, seat belt on, first gear, handbrake down, revving up the engine. That is the grunt of this i-VTEC. Well, this happens to be a 3rd generation model, but still, this happens to be a very old car, but still has a good amount of performance still. Well, as this is the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder i-VTEC engine, produces 117 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. Well, the torque band starts from 4,500 RPM past and goes away till the red line to produce that 117 natural horses. Well, this is channeled with the 5-speed manual gearbox. Well, the 5th generation now providing 6-speed manual gearbox with the i-VTEC, but earlier we don't get any 6-speed manual gearbox. This is the only 5-speed gearbox which is still in the 5th, still goes in the 4th generation. But now, by the grace of the Honda makers, they have introduced a 6-speed manual gearbox with the i-VTEC. So that's a very good thing, so that you can cruise along with this 6-speed gearbox without revving up more your engine. Well, this car has a very free rev engine. Obviously, this is an i-VTEC, so as this happens to be a naturally aspirated, so you get a very good rev range. And as I said, the torque band happens to be past than 4,500 RPM. So still below that, you don't get any much of an enthusiasm. But after the 4,500 RPM, you feel that the car has now started to pull itself. Now in terms of comfiness, and this is a sedan, so this softer suspension will be there. And in the rear passenger seats, there is a good amount of luxurious you need, such as center armrest with twin cup holders, but this does not get any adjustable headrest at the back, so that's a very great disappointment. Well, as this car has been calibrated with the CNG, so it is down on power, but still you don't feel much of the dullness of the engine, because as this is naturally aspirated, so you can have that oomph feeling while going very high rev. So that's a very great thing. You don't get any lack of power. And in terms of braking performance, although this has only front disc, but still provides you a very great confidence over the braking performance, and also it gives you a great stability on highways. Although it has a softer suspension, but still provides you a good amount of communication with the road and the steering, because it does not have any lag on the steering or center dead. It gives you the full response of the steering action, so that's a very great thing and connected to the road. So yes, this is it. This is the Honda City 3rd generation limited edition for you guys. I hope you like this video, and if you did, then please hit that like button and also share this video to your car enthusiast buddy, especially the i-VTEC enthusiasts. And if you want more videos from my side, then please subscribe to the channel. I'm Nitya Chauhan signing off. Bye bye, take care. Keep motoring, keep self-enthusiasing, and keep a smile on your face while driving. Bye bye, take care.